So 2 weeks ago, I sat down with co-founder of Crowd Music. Ladies and gentlemen, if you think Spotify is not paying you right, if you think Amazon Music is not paying you right, YouTube Music is not paying you right, Pandora is paying you peanuts, not paying you right, you need to check out this right here, Crowd Music. Before I play this clip, listen to this right here.
Music is the soundtrack of our lives. From the moment we hear a mother's heartbeat in the womb, the music never stops. It inspires us, motivates us, causes us to laugh, cry, love. It allows us to rest and awakens us to change, even revolution. In a world that seems more divided than ever, music may be the one thing that moves us closer. But in recent years, the heart and value of music has been forgotten. Hits on the radio have become formula rather than forward thinking. Consumers have lost their voice for preference. Creators have lost their financial value. But a new movement is taking place. It's called crowd music. It's simple. Crowd believes in the value of music and rewarding those who share that belief. Have you ever shared your favorite music with your friends? Of course you have. But have you ever been paid for sharing it? Crowd music invites you to discover great new music, own it, share it, and then get paid. Crowd is this generation's revolution, and it's bringing people together. As a music consumer, you get to call the shots like an industry insider involved in the careers of your favorite artists. Crowd is giving the music industry back to the people who create great music, and for the first time ever, paying consumers for doing what they love, listening to music, sharing it with others. So everyone wins. Start a revolution, be the change, join the crowd.
What exactly is crowd music, David?
Yeah, sure. So I will give kind of the 30,000 foot view really quickly, and then we can get into serious details from there. So basically what crowd music is it's a new economic platform in music. You know, I hear so many complaints from songwriters, producers, artists, everybody that they're like, hey, we appreciate streaming, we love it, but we're not making a living. We're not even making enough to buy our wives or girlfriends dinner once a month. You know, it's really bad. And so Mike, my business partner, comes from the world of finance. He plays with numbers the way you and I play with musical notes. And in protection of his own daughter, who was an artist, he's like, I want to understand what the industry is. Once he saw how things work, he's like, this is insane. Why do people even continue making music if this is the way the payout and things like that? Wow. So he sat down, 36 hours, wrote up a business model, a plan, all the economics, worked on it. He's like, I got to be missing something. He spent the next 6 months picking it apart, could find no holes. Like, this is insane. Why isn't somebody doing this? So basically what crowd is we get back to, it's kind of a hybrid. It's a subscription model, but we put value on a per song basis. And the typical value, much like iTunes and all that, is $1 in the past. People had no problem paying that. But we do a subscription. It's $20 a month, but we do it also where we incentivize subscribers and all that, hey, tell a few people, and all of a sudden as people purchase and consume music on our platform, all of a sudden your subscription goes down further. Hey, you're going to get to a point where you're making $5 a month or $20 a month or $100 a month. JoJo's in a position he's going to be making $500 and $600 a month as we speak right now, just because he told a few people. But the whole thing about this is because there's much more money flowing in this economic model, it pays artists, it pays songwriters, pays publishers, it pays musicians better, it pays everybody better. Hence, we have more to make better music again, much the way it was in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Songs were not disposable as they are today. So basically what we're trying to do is just kind of get this cycle of finances going so that great creatives can create great music, which in turn motivates the subscribers and the people around the world who aren't subscribing but aren't afraid to pay $1 for a song that moves them in such a way that hey, parting with $1 instead of a $5 coffee, okay, great, I can do that. Hey, it's my favorite artist. If I can get most of their stuff on streaming, but hey, the one or two singles I really love on crowd, sure, I'll pay for that. So what we're trying to do is get this new model off the ground with 50,000 subscribers. We have thousands of subscribers already, but we're not quite at 50,000 yet. And at that point, everybody, whether you're a subscriber or you're a creative putting music on a platform, everybody's going to get paid. And that's the amazing thing that nobody's ever done before. We're not trying to say, hey, we need all the horses in the barn today to make this work. What we're saying is, hey, have a horses, and once everybody sees that the food is good in our barn, more horses show up, and then all of a sudden the whole herd comes over. So it's really cool. The best way to describe this is think of Spotify or Netflix or whatever streaming services you participate in now. And what if they hit you up one day and said, hey, we're glad you're a Netflix subscriber. Hey, tell a few friends, and for every friend you tell, we're going to give you $1. Well, that's great. That's cool. I'll tell 10 friends and I'll get $10, and that's nice. But it happens one time usually. But what if they said, well, hey, we're going to give you $1 or $2 even for every person you tell who subscribes to Netflix, and we'll continue to pay that month after month as long as they continue to subscribe. So all of a sudden you have incentivization with your subscriber base at that point. It's like, hey, I want to tell others. And now you have artists that are like, wait a second, I've got a huge fan base of 50,000, 100,000, a million, 5 million, Instagram followers, Facebook followers, whatever it is. If I tell them about it from stage and they sign up, am I getting those referral dollars? And the answer is yes. So everybody in our system gets paid, whether you're a subscriber who just appreciates music, whether you're an artist who wants to put out music on your own, whether you're an artist or a label or whatever it is that also wants to put out music but also get referral fees from signups, from music being purchased by those in your crowd, whatever it is. So that's the whole thing, is we basically wanted to create an incentive factor financially so that people would be interested in it and be like, okay, there's value in music again here. But also we had to create this fan artist kind of symbiotic relationship. We've toyed with it for years where it's like, hey, log on online and you can watch me work on a song in the studio. But now the subscribers really work hand in hand. The artists are successful, and as the artists are more successful, the fans put more money in their pocket. So really, it's kind of everybody working together to create this phenomenal economic system that rotates around music.
Some might say, well, that's already an income stream.
Let's get into some real numbers. And these are the numbers that even a lot of creatives, a lot of writers, a lot of artists don't even realize. So currently, as it is, streaming pays on average about 0.3 of a cent per stream. It's not like we're making $1 a stream or even 10 cents a stream. It's about 0.3 of a cent, and that's ad supported. Now, if you have a premium service, it averages about 0.6 cents, so about 0.6 of a cent per stream. So let's look at it this: if I was an artist and I had one song, and in a month's time, it generated 1 million streams. And let's think about how often we're on Spotify. Of course, some of the bigger artists have, tens of millions, even hundreds of millions of streams. But I would say 95% of the majority has less than 1 million streams per song. That's generating about $3,700, on the low end, about $6,000 on the high end. Well, that's great. Think about minimum wage in America, a 40-hour work week. You're doing that about 4 weeks a month. That's $1,270 a month. So you're going to need somewhere between 350 to 400,000 streams per month every single month, not just one time, but every single month to make U.S. minimum wage. I can go up the street and work at McDonald's and make more than my song that streams 350,000 times. And that's the cold, hard fact. Crowd music, what we do, it's very simple. Out of every dollar, 40 cents goes to the creative team. If there's songwriters involved, if there's publishers, things like that. 40 cents goes back to the subscribers and the people who become what we call promoter members of Crowd, telling others about the music, telling others, hey, check out the platform. 20 cents goes back to the company so that we can continue to run and grow and even give away. So if you're looking, let's say we have 100,000 subscribers, and let's say, Dean, you have a song that we feature in any given. Right. Based on the subscriber base of 100,000, you're going to get a guaranteed check of no less than $40,000 that month. Okay, that's pretty considerable. for just 100,000 subscribers. Okay. Now, as it grows, let's say we get 1% of market share of all the people who stream music out there, and they estimate that's around 500 million who are going to be paying streaming in the very near future here. At a 1% share, that's 5 million. We will be able to release 200 featured artists, much like Dean, every genre, every single month. And on average, each one of those artists will be making $200,000 for their song that month. So those are some of the numbers of how all this works and why we had to create some different. Perfect example. Yeah. JoJo heard about this, and he immediately, he was responsible for having Juanita come to the table. He's responsible for the great producer Teddy Riley, who did Michael Jackson and many other albums. Guy, Blackstreet, yes. Teddy Riley's involved, loves us. And Teddy's like, hey, I'm finishing up my new autobiography. How about everybody who joins my crowd? I'll send them a free book. And we're like, that's a great idea. That would incentivize people to join, So everybody who gets involved realizes we're in this for the long haul. We're in this to change an industry that is eating itself up.
Oh my gosh. Thank you, David, for that amazing content. Don't forget to like, subscribe to this channel.